So what really happened at the border between US and Canada? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I'll bring you an update on the vehicle explosion that happened at the Rainbow Bridge, which is in Niagara Falls, US, at the border between US and Canada. Now, remember what the media said at first, which almost immediately got debunked. They said it was a terror attack and there were bombs and explosives involved, and it might have been migrants involved and all type of ridiculous stuff. And when I heard that, I'm like, wait a minute, it's a little bit early to be saying stuff like that. This seems kind of weird. It seems kind of fishy. Now we understand what really took place. And spoiler alert, no, these were not terrorists. This was a husband and wife who were going to Toronto to see Kiss. And as far as the vehicle, was it done on purpose? Was it an accident? I think this was a mechanical failure. Now, before I get into the news update, let's look at the actual accident that took place, because that's what it was. It was an accident. Look at the top left-hand corner of the screen. You're going to see the Bentley Flying Spur. Yes, that's what the car was, a Bentley. You're going to see the Bentley come into the frame. And then you're going to see the Bentley go airborne. That's what caused the explosion, and that's what caused the fire, and that's why the bridge was shut down, all right? So let's watch this, and I got it playing at a slow speed. So you see the vehicle there, and then it hits some kind of ramp or some kind of street feature, and you see the vehicle in the air. Now, again, it crashes, and you can see these boosts right here. This is right at the bridge. The vehicle crashes, it explodes from crashing, and the bridge got shut down. That's what happened. This was most likely mechanical failure. All right. I don't see a reason why this man and his wife would hit this feature on the street at 80 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour in the Bentley, which costs $300,000 thereabout. I don't see why they would take that Bentley up in the air, crash and burn like that. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get into the news clip from out there in Niagara Falls. And shout out to my cousin for sending me this. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for this. This is really important information. Let's go ahead and throw it on the screen. And again, if you want to see this, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Thank you for that. We do have new information here coming into our newsroom. The names of the Grand Island couple who died in that crash at the Rainbow Bridge, they have been released. The police say that 53-year-old Kurt Villani and 53-year-old Monica Villani were in that car that crashed. Sources tell News 4 they were traveling in a Bentley to a concert up in Toronto after leaving the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino when that crash happened. Investigators continue to sift through their findings. It remains unclear what exactly caused the car to accelerate. Niagara Falls Police Superintendent John Faso says that his department's response was crucial as the incident unfolded.
Especially my detective unit and members of patrol that gathered the information that led to the FBI and the other agencies to be able to make the determination that it was not a terroristic.
And the superintendent says that his department relied heavily on their training to stay calm and safe while gathering evidence. He adds that it will be some time before his department's investigation concludes. The Rainbow Bridge has reopened.
So that's what happened. The Rainbow Bridge was shut down for about 7-8 hours. So the bridge, that accident happened right around 11:30 a.m. on Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving, and it was shut down almost immediately, and then it reopened at about 6:30 p.m. So it was shut down for quite a while, and that's a pretty important place in the country. You're dealing with a border, and there's people trying to go to Toronto that way, and then you're right on Thanksgiving, so that's pretty important. And it was pretty fishy. The whole thing was fishy because it's like, okay, just 2 days before this accident happened, CBS News put out a report that said that there was a heightened level of risk of terror attack in New York State specifically. So everything lined up for this to be what it was, and the media couldn't wait. Oh, they couldn't wait. As soon as this happened, they said terror attack, as if car accidents don't happen, as if car accidents don't happen and then the vehicle explodes. That could happen. Now, one important thing to know, again, is a husband and wife resident of Grand Island. They were going to Toronto. So they just having, good old time. They went to the casino. Then they're trying to go to the Kiss concert. And there was an accident that unfortunately took their lives, and may they rest in peace, and prayers out to their family. Okay. Now, the Border Patrol officer had minor injuries. But what I want to get to is an important point about the vehicle. Okay. Now, the Bentley Flying Spur, let's look at this right here. Here's a very important piece. And when I read this and I say this, I'm not trying to say this is exactly what happened. I'm not trying to get sued by the people that make Bentley. I'm not trying to have that happen. But this is from Niagara Falls Police Department. Niagara Falls Police Department Superintendent John Faso told News 4 that the vehicle was a 2022 Bentley and believed to be a Flying Spur model. Faso added that in 2018 and 2021, Bentley GT and Flying Spur models were recalled in 2021 due to the risk of the accelerator getting stuck. And while the car crash was in 2020, a 2022 model, it's still part of the investigation. So, okay, if a vehicle is traveling very fast, it's a Bentley, it's going to go fast, 100 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, or whatever, hits an object, crashes, and the people inside, there's no bombs, there's no risk of terror, they're just trying to go to the concert, you got to think mechanical failure, not they did it on purpose. And if it's mechanical failure, you could point to, I don't know, a stuck accelerator, which was an issue the year before that particular model came out. Okay, the Flying Spurs are recalled in 2021 for stuck accelerators. A 2022 goes 100 miles an hour, hits a ramp and crashes and burns. People in the inside of the vehicle pass away. I mean, come on. Now, let's hear from Bentley USA. Aaron Bronner, a Bentley USA spokesperson, told News 4 that the accelerator recall was for right-hand drive cars, which the company does not sell in the Americas, and that all of Bentley USA's cars are automatic. She referred recall queries to the website for National Highway Safety Administration, which tracks automobile recalls. Now, I'm going to tell you something about recalls that I know. I've had some vehicles with recalls on them. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a story right now as I close on up. I have a 2020 Mustang, and I got a recall notice on my, what's that? The Carfax. I have automatic Carfax every month just to make sure that there's no recalls or whatever. I got a notice on my Carfax like last month talking about it's a recall for a 2020 vehicle. And this is now 2023. So maybe they didn't notice an issue with the 2022 models yet. Maybe the recall's not been issued yet. But if the vehicle, the same model, just one model year before had a recall for the accelerator getting stuck, I mean, we could just kind of put two and two together to get four, perhaps. I'm just saying. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to the responsible journalists who wait just a little bit and don't jump to an immediately drastic conclusion. Maybe it wasn't a terror attack. Fox, CBS, CNN, etc. Maybe it wasn't that. I know you guys want that to be the case because you want to be able to say, oh, Hamas, they did it, and Russia did it, and we got to go send troops over there. China, they did it. We got to go send troops to South China Sea. Let's not do that, because when you do stuff like this, you keep getting exposed for being warmongers, for being wrong, for being bloodthirsty. The general public no longer believes you. So let's not do that. Let's stop being the boy who cried wolf, because when the wolf actually comes, nobody will believe you. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what happened here? Do you think that it was a mechanical failure? It could have been a stuck accelerator, the same thing as a previous model year. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think this is pretty clear. But you got a husband and wife just trying to enjoy themselves, trying to go. They went to the casino, had a good time. Then they're trying to go to the Kiss concert. My man got a Bentley. I mean, that kind of expense, and you just living it up, having a good time. And then, unfortunately, an accident happened and claimed their lives. For the media to say it was a terror attack is crazy. But it just goes to show that when things like this happen and it's a convenient narrative to run with, it'll get run with. And any kind of backlash, any kind of issues you got to deal with on the back end, you take care of it back then. Because the narrative, in my humble opinion, appears to be most important. Not to me, though. I'm going to give you the honest truth to the best of my ability. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.